In this segment, I'll offer tools and guidance that I have found helpful in my practice, and maybe you will too. Today, we work on an exercise from my Understanding Energy in Action course that will help you identify your why behind wanting change. One important part of making lasting change, or what I would call growth, is identifying why the change is necessary. If you can see the value that the change brings to your life, then it will be much easier to stick with your choices. When we address challenges, concerns, and the need for change, we must look at the both comfortableness and discomfort of our needs. Oftentimes, there are different reasons why we seek change. What turns change into growth is our dedicated focus to being the best versions of ourselves. Here are some examples of why people may want change. We can want change because we recognize something isn't working or feels bad. We can find ourselves stagnant where we are with little joy in our life and want to kickstart a loving growth process. We can feel as if we have gradually taken 22 half steps to the left and coasted into not feeling like ourselves. And now we need to take those 11 big steps back to feel aligned. We can also be content where we are, but know we want more growth for enlightenment's sake. There's no right reason to want growth, but there is a more productive way for achieving it. That supportive process begins with knowing your why. Why do you want to grow and the motivation behind it? Knowing this brings lasting commitment to the process and a greater level of dedication. We will dig deeper into what you're trying to accomplish and the core reason changing your energy focus would be beneficial through answering a few questions. I just want to note that before you get started on this work, it's important to check in with yourself to be sure you know what your goals are. Then take a page from that trusty journal and answer the following questions. What is your initial discomfort or specific reason to create change and refocus yourself? What about your world are you trying to improve that makes you want to change, enhance, or bring awareness? What will happen if you change into the healthy flow you imagine? What will happen if you do not follow through on this process? What would identifying the change, making healthy choices to support the change, and execution of the change look like in your life? Now sit and see yourself accomplishing this change successfully long term. How does that feel? Envision what your life is like now, and envision what your life will be like once you have created it. Can you see the long-term benefit? In order to succeed in anything, you have to know your why. Why do you desire to change? If you want to rewrite your story and live your new story, you need to have a big enough reason to do it. Your reason for investing your time and energy into creating change and refocusing your energy can't be something that you would like to do. It has to be a must. So why must you do this? What's the reason behind you wanting growth and change? Try to be specific without limiting yourself. Once you've answered these questions, let them sit for a few days and then go back and see how you feel about your answers. Then you can review them and see if the answers stay the same or where they need a little tweaking. Then what you choose to do with them is up to you. Since identifying the why begins a process, you can decide if you move deeper into this work with a coach, a course, deep self-work, or whatever you feel called to do. The key is to turn this concept of change into the actions of growth.